GHEORGHIU was born 33 years ago in Romania, where she received musical training at the Bucharest Conservatory. A performance of La Traviata at London's Covent Garden launched her career.
What? That's okay.
Roberto Alagna was born 35 years ago in Paris to Sicilian parents.
Just do this with me.
The Sicilian people are very, very artistic. In fact, my father sang beautifully. And when I discovered the movie with Mario Lanza, I was 10 years old, I don't know. But it was like, for me, better than Robin Hood or Zorro.
He never studied formally, but he taught himself to sing by listening to records. During the day, he studied accounting, and at night, he sang in a local Parisian cabaret.
I started in cabaret with popular songs. And I think it was my school, the cabaret, because at the cabaret, when you are in cabaret, you need to be very handsome with your face, you know, because you have people very close, and you need to sing very relaxed.
3 years ago, during the intermission of a Metropolitan Opera performance, the couple went backstage where New York Mayor Rudolph Giuliani, himself an opera lover, married them.
Suddenly, they were quite an item.
Manuela Holterhoff won a Pulitzer Prize for cultural criticism. Her latest book, Cinderella and Company, is an inside view of the world of opera, a world that's always on the lookout for the next great tenor.
And here he is. He's attractive, he's personable, he can act, he can sing, he has an individual sound. You know, you notice him when he's on stage, so that was really a big relief.
3 years ago, they appeared together at the Metropolitan Opera in La Bohème. It was his Met debut, and his record company launched the kind of media blitz usually reserved for pop stars. Unfortunately, on opening night, Roberto Alagna was suffering from a cold.
But because I am very courageous, and because I respect my public, I respect the audience, I didn't cancel the first night. And one critic in New York Times wrote something. But the public was very, very happy, and it was a great, great success.
The next time New York audiences heard about Alagna and GHEORGHIU, it was because of a dispute with Joe Volpe, the Metropolitan Opera's general manager, over a planned production of La Traviata.
And we never refused. In fact, all these are stories, but we never refused the set. It was other stories.
Yeah. So what you're saying really is that the media has mixed it up. The controversy made page 1 of the New York Times. Because they hadn't signed their contracts, Volpe dropped the couple from the production. La Traviata opened this past fall to less than enthusiastic reviews. The Metropolitan Opera and Alagna and GHEORGHIU say it's all behind them, and there are performances scheduled for the next several seasons.
Well, they were called the love couple by those who adored them, and by those who didn't, the Ceausescus or Bonnie and Clyde.
What is it that gave them the reputation of being difficult?
Well, you know, they canceled a few performances, and opera managers can never really decide what do they want. Do they want absolutely reliable professionals who sing the notes, show up on time, don't fall into the orchestra pit? Or do they want really engaging, interesting, wacky individuals who will actually put across those corny, wonderful old stories and that familiar music in an exciting way and sell some tickets. There's no question that the Love Couple are difficult, but so what? They're opera singers.
And they're opera singers that the public seems to adore. Earlier this month, they were in Monte Carlo for performances of L'Amico Fritz. While they do perform separately, they don't like spending more than 2 weeks apart. And as Angela GHEORGHIU says, when you have the best at home, why look elsewhere?
Are you good critics for each other?
Yes, maybe too much. But I think it's better. It's better to be very critical.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, in fact, we have the same passion. And I think it's not like a job, like a work. For us, it's a passion.
I never thought 1 second on my life to do something else.
I can only think that they'll be with us for quite some time. I certainly hope so. He's a wonderful tenor. He's eloquent. He's charming. She's a fine artist. I want to hear them. The opera world would be a dull place without those two.